Hey guys, it's Danielle, and I am here to do a Monday marriage chat, even though it is not Monday. That's okay, y'all. That's okay. Alrighty guys, I'm going to hop right into this marriage chat, and then I will save my introduction for last. So if you make it to the end of the video, then I will introduce myself then. Now, before I jump in, if you have any little ones nearby, you may want to shoot them away, put on some headphones for them, go in another room or something like that if they have little sensitive ears, because this chat is about sex. That's right, y'all. Let's talk about sex. Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about. So we are going to chat it up about sex and marriage today, y'all. Now, this is not going to be one of those chats that's about having more sex in your marriage and being available for your partner and making time. Nope, that's not what we're going to talk about. We are going to chat about, should there be boundaries within a marriage when it comes to sex? That's what we're going to talk about. Totally different, totally different. So, should there be boundaries around sex in a marriage? What do you guys think? Do you think there should be some boundaries? Let me know, let me know. So when I'm talking about boundaries, I am talking about, should there be some type of conversation with your spouse about what is acceptable and not acceptable, what is allowed and what is not allowed. I had a conversation with a girlfriend of mine, and she is in a relationship, because you guys know this isn't all about being married. You can just be in a committed relationship, and she is in a relationship, and surprisingly her significant other felt like she had crossed the boundary with him. And so basically he was sitting on the couch, he's a male, she's a female, and she came up and just kind of started caressing his penis, and he was like, whoa, like that's too much, that's a boundary. And she was totally shocked. Like, she thought, I thought, you know, we were in a relationship, I thought that was okay, you know, wow, okay, I didn't know that that was a boundary. And so we were talking about it, and I expressed to her that, yeah, absolutely, like, he's not your property, just like a wife is not a husband's property. And so that got me to thinking, should there be boundaries? Another conversation I had with some girlfriends of mine, when your spouse is like, come on, let's get a little quickie in, and you're like, I'm tired, I'm not in the mood, I don't feel like it, and they're like, come on, you know, it'll be quick, it'll be fast, like, come on, or really trying to coerce you. And then you feel obligated to just roll over and let them do their due or whatever. Is that crossing the boundaries? Is that crossing the boundaries? Another example is to the famous cater to you, tap me on my shoulder and I'll roll over. I'm sure that's not the right beat. I'm here to serve you. That whole idea, you know, tap me on my shoulder whenever and I'll roll over. Is that acceptable in the realms of a committed relationship or a marriage? Is it expected once you become committed or get married that sex should just be available at any time, no matter what, on both parties? Like, whenever I'm in the mood, whenever tap, 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 you need to roll over. Is that the case? So, I am going to go with a hard no, that is not the case, and that is not appropriate in any realms of a relationship. We are not somebody's property, rather it's male or female. This is my body, that's your body, and there are boundaries. There are boundaries to when you can touch me, how you can touch me, when I want to have sex, when I feel like having sex. These things should be communicated, I think, early on in a relationship. And I feel like if these things were communicated early on, it would prevent there being problems later down the line in a marriage. Now, by no means am I talking about using sex as a weapon or as a form of control or denying your spouse sex because you're, you know, wanting to punish them. No, I'm not talking about those things. I'm also not talking about thinking you can be in a committed relationship and never have sex with your spouse. I mean, that's just unrealistic all the way around. But I'm talking about just not feeling obligated to roll over or not feeling obligated to give in when you don't feel like you're in the mood, or feeling like my husband can just grab my butt whenever he feels like it, like he can do that, or I can just caress my husband's penis whenever I feel like it. Like, those things are not appropriate. Okay, those things are not acceptable if your spouse or significant other does not feel like it is acceptable. You have to have these type of hard conversations. And myself and my husband, we had this talk, we've had this conversation on what do I feel like is okay. Do I feel like it's okay for him to just randomly walk up and grab my butt? Or do I feel like it's okay for him to, you know, grab my breast, or whatever the case may be? And for me, you can grab my butt, you can hit me on the butt, you can come home and kiss me or just tap me on the butt, but you're not gonna just walk up and fondle my breasts like out the blue. That's my boundary. That's my boundary. That may not be somebody else's boundary, but for me, that is my boundary. I don't feel like that is appropriate. Like, these are my breasts, and while this is my butt too, I'm a little more okay with that being, you know, a tap or a love tap or whatever. But it kind of begins to cross the boundaries when you feel like you can just fondle my breast whenever you feel like it. That's me. So those type of things you have to communicate and discuss. I think having maybe a safe word or a fun word so that your spouse knows that I'm not just saying no because I feel like being an asshole. Like, I'm saying no because I really am genuinely tired. I genuinely had a long day. I'm genuinely exhausted. My girlfriend is coming and I'm just not in the mood, or I'm mentally, emotionally, I have to poop right now. I mean, there's a million reasons, you guys, why a person may not feel like rolling over and having sex. And so having maybe some type of unspoken word or some kind of signal to either say, hey, not today, or, you know, maybe reversed, having a signal that says, you know, today's a good day. This week's a good week. So whenever you're feeling like getting it in, it's a good week. And for us, it's gonna be me kind of being in that playful mood, or, you know, I'm gonna wrestle you a little bit, or I might caress his arms or something like that, where it's just that little signal throughout the day that you can get it. You can get it today. So those type of things. But having that unspoken language where you know, okay, this is just not, it's been a bad day, or this is a good day, and we can have, you know, that kind of fun language to know that this is a good day, I think is so important in a relationship. And I think just talking about, like, hey, these are my boundaries, like, or these are not my boundaries, or I'm okay with you doing that, or I'm not okay with you doing that. And then releasing that person of feeling guilty. Like, society has made women in particular feel obligated to have sex with their significant other. It has been like this stereotype put on us that if you're not willing to do it, somebody else will. He gonna walk out the door and Teresa is gonna be right there willing to do it, so you better get it together. Like, society has kind of made that a thing, and it has made women almost feel like dutiful. Like, it is my duty as a wife to cook, clean, have sex. Like that's kind of what society has made it feel like we're this property of this person. And you guys, I personally, and this is me personally, but I'm gonna go and say that is not the case. It is not a woman's duty or a man's duty to feel obligated to have sex. And in fact, research has shown that men typically do not like duty sex. They don't like it. They'll take it, but they don't like it. They don't like for a woman to just lay there like, are you done yet? Are you done? Oh. They don't like that. They'll take it if that's what they can get, but in general they don't like it. And you will sometimes hear women say, I don't understand, you know, why he cheated on me. I was always having sex with him and he still cheated. Well, was this meaningful sex or was this obligated duty sex? Because that matters. That matters. If we are both not mentally and emotionally feeling connected to perform something as spiritual, in my opinion, as sex, then it doesn't feel right. It just doesn't. It doesn't make anybody in that moment feel good. It doesn't make the person that's doing it out of obligation feel good, and it doesn't make the person who's receiving it out of obligation feel good. You want to feel desired. You want to feel like this person wants me. So having that obligational sex isn't really helping things. So I think the way around that is to just have these hard conversations. Who wants to sit down and talk about, hey, let's talk about some sexual boundaries? But it is important not only on what is okay for you to do to me in general, like hit me on the butt, but what is okay and appropriate in the bedroom. Like, what is okay? What is appropriate? What do I feel like is too much or too little? Because you don't want to be in the midst and be like, whoa, whoa, no, stop. Nobody wants to be in that predicament either. So just having these conversations up front provides opportunity to grow as a couple. It provides opportunity for you to know, is this somebody that I'm sexually compatible with? Because if you don't have that conversation, and then, or you find yourself in the beginning, if you're having premarital sex, and you find yourself in the beginning doing all of these things, and then later you get married and you're no longer doing those things, then that person feels like, what the just happened? I stand from the point of when a woman provides, or a man, you guys, is a woman or a man provides sexual favors or have sex when they are truly not feeling it, that to me is a slippery slope of like molestation, kind of rapish. Yeah, I'm gonna go there because I feel like doing anything that you really don't want to do and you're only doing it because you're scared, you feel obligated, you feel like it's your duty. And honestly, duty and obligation fall under the realms of fear. I'm doing this because I'm afraid that he might cheat. I'm doing this because I'm afraid that he might leave. I'm doing this because I'm afraid that she might be mad at me. So there's that fear there. So I'm only doing it for literally out of fear, but I don't want to. That falls under that rape line. Even though you're married, that really falls under that line, in my opinion. And when I talk about molestation, touching me in places that I don't feel appropriate, you know, out in public or in the house, or just doing things to me that I don't feel are appropriate and it almost makes me cringe, falls under the lines of molestation. I mean, we teach our kids, did they touch you? They touch you in your private place? You know, did it make you feel uncomfortable? You know, these are the things we talk about. So how then do, when you get married, all of those things just go out the window? Well, you're married now, so you're his property and he has the right or she to do whatever they want to do to you. How does that happen, you guys? So I feel like to prevent that, it is so important to have these hard yet needed conversations about, hey, this is what I feel, this is what I think, this is what is important to me, this is, you know, those type of things. And then hearing them and then revisiting that conversation from time to time, because we change, we grow, we mature, you know, our sexual needs and desires change and grow, we mature. So coming back and revisiting that conversation from time to time is so important. So to sum up this marriage chat, I personally feel that there are boundaries within the sexual realm of a committed relationship and marriage. Absolutely. I feel that no person belongs to another person and is that person's property to do whatever they feel like they want to do with them. Absolutely not. That is just not appropriate, and it's not right in any form or way. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Do you think that once you commit or once you get married, everything is out the window, all the rules no longer apply, and when he wants it, he wants it, when she wants it, she wants it, suck it up, buttercup, and give the person what they want? Do you think that that's the case, or do you feel like, hey, he can grope me whenever he feels like it, she can grope me, she can touch me however, and it's okay because I'm a man and that should be okay for a man to be touched and groped? What do you think? Do you guys think that that's the case, or do you think that society has made us think that and that has crossed the line, and that there really should be boundaries and things that are appropriate and not appropriate within the realms of a committed relationship? And is it absolutely okay to say no to your significant other? No, I don't want to, I don't feel like it. And should they be grown up enough, mature enough, respectful, care enough to be like, I respect that and I'm okay with that, and let's cuddle and go to sleep because I'm a big boy and I'm okay? Like, should that be the case? What do you guys think? I'm really curious to know your thoughts on this topic, this chat for this week. Can't wait to hear from you guys. Let the kids back in the room. Because I'm gonna introduce myself. If you made it this far, hello, my name is Danielle and I am the non-traditional mommy, and on this channel I do things like talk about marriage and all kinds of other non-traditional things. So if you're interested and you stayed around this far, please join my little family and hit the subscribe button. I would love to have you as part of my non-traditional family. For all of my other non-traditional family members, my OGs, you guys know you are the MVPs. Mwah, I love you guys. Thanks for hanging in there with me when I'm like sporadic and post a Monday marriage chat on a Tuesday. Thank you guys. If there's a marriage chat that you would love to chat about, or a relationship chat in general, feel free to leave that Feel free to leave that below. Shoot me an email, DM me on Instagram. I'll leave my Instagram right here, wherever you feel the need to do, so that we can stay in touch. Alrighty guys, I will see you in the next one. Bye.